Hello, it is Wednesday and I am going live on Facebook and Instagram. Let me just get Instagram going. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. So, welcome to CEO Check-in. It is Wednesday. I know it's a confusing week because we didn't have a Monday, so Tuesday felt like Monday after Memorial Day. Now it's Wednesday. Who knows what day it is? Hi there, Bianca. Hi, Maddie. Thanks for joining. I got Facebook up and running again. There was no Facebook Live last week, but this week we're back on Facebook and Instagram. I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. I had my kids here in New York City, and we spent a lot of time in Central Park, which was so fun. And it really feels like the city is coming back to life again. Everyone's out, people are in a better mood. People are wearing masks and being respectful, but still going about their business. And I feel like that energy is back, that New York energy that I missed so much when I was in Westport. Lots of love to my friends in Connecticut, but I'm a New York City girl and this is where I belong. So I'm very happy to be back here. And I hope you found some time to rest and relax over Memorial Day weekend. I took almost the whole weekend off from email, phone calls. I think I had one phone call on Monday with a former coaching client, which was actually a lot of fun. And we even baked banana bread. Ta-da! It was very good, which you can tell by how little is left. If you were around for when I baked the multi-grain bread, that was like a brick, basically was like a weapon instead of food. This is way better, really, really good. And I'm happy to share the recipe if you want. I'm not even a baker. This is like the coronavirus me trying new things. But it was really fun to bake this with my son. And it smells really good. I might even have to eat some here. I am going to do the mindset thing, in a minute. Oh, one other thing I did this Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you tried some new things too. I'm wondering what you tried. If you tried anything new this weekend, throw it in the chat. Is my son and I'm a 15-year-old. I baked the banana bread with a 12-year-old, but my 15-year-old and I decided to try to learn to code together. I've always managed programmers. I've built, not myself, but I've had built at least, I don't know, maybe 10 websites in my life, but I didn't know how to code. And so my son and I got on Khan Academy, which he had been using for his homework, and took their 1-hour coding lesson. And I have to say, it was pretty cool. It was really fun to do it with him. And I finally understand the difference between HTML, CSS, and, what's the last one? HTML, CSS, and, I can't believe I forget it. Okay, but I do get the difference between the 3 types of code that you have to use to build your website, for text, for images, and for the interactive programming. So that was a fun thing to do, and I'm wondering if you guys did anything different. Hi, Rabia. Hi, B. Was it SQL? It wasn't, Maddie, but thank you for trying. I don't remember what the programming language was, but it was the third one. CSS, HTML, and that last one. Anyway, so if you tried anything new, let me know. Rabia, did you try anything new this weekend? I feel like we're all kind of doing things we wouldn't have done before with this extra time that we have at home. Although things are picking back up again, so I don't know about you, there's not as much extra time as there was, which is why I needed to take this long weekend off. We've been actually teaching and coaching. We have 2 programs launching this month, Masterclass and Mastermind Gold. Some amazing women in it. Some of you here on this call, Bianca and B, hi, hope you're enjoying Masterclass. And Mastermind Gold launches tonight. And if you want to learn more about Masterclass or Mastermind Gold, just email Maddie at juliapim.com. So let's do a little mindset teaching. If you are feeling like you've hit a little bit of a lull in this whole quarantine, which I think many of us have hit this lull, right? Of like, okay, we did all the puzzles and we figured out how to, code a little bit. Some of us bake banana bread. We've done all these things. But what else could we be doing with our time so that when we look back, because we will be back at work in some way, shape, or form at some point. People are starting to go back now in many states, and here in New York, there's talk of getting people back in the office, even if it's in some partial way. What will you use this time for? So my mindset teaching today is around finding the feelings behind your goals. And if you've never done that before, I'm going to give you a tool to help you with it. This is one of my favorites. It's the Desire Map by Danielle Laporte. And happy birthday, Danielle. It was her birthday just a few days ago. I saw on social media. So I've been teaching the Desire Map for years and running workshops using it because it teaches you how to look for the feelings behind your goals and to prioritize those. As we've all just lived with this quarantine, sometimes you're on track to hit those goals and then some big crazy ass thing happens like a pandemic. Right? I can't tell you how many conversations I'm having right now with women entrepreneurs where I say, well, what was your revenue goal for 2020? And they say, well, it was going to be 600,000, but now I don't know. Maybe it's going to be 400,000. Right? We lay down all these plans, we set all these big goals, and then life happens. So what do you do in those moments? Do you beat yourself up? Do you just get so mad? Do you say, woe's me? Well, if you have some help from Danielle, you can go back to the feelings behind the goals and say, hey, am I still getting my primary desires met by what I'm doing with my life? And this is such an important question to ask. I love that she makes the point that the business world still has a lot of male language and approaches to running businesses. And one of them is this very linear, like you set a goal, you reach the goal, which, we all use because we're running businesses, but a more female approach, not to get all essentialist on you, because I do believe that women have male energy and men have female energy, but it's true that women tend to be more concerned with, feelings, thoughts, emotional intelligence. So this book really helps you marry the two. The hard driven, linear goals. How am I going to get from point A to point Z this year? How am I going to make 600,000 in revenues? How am I going to launch my new products and services? How am I going to stay motivated every day? But infuse it with the more female, well, how's that going to make me feel? Because we've probably all known people who set some really big goal and one maybe didn't even enjoy the journey getting there, right? We're like not eating or not sleeping or, just making their lives so miserable while trying to reach that goal that you wondered if it was even worth it. And we've also probably all known people who reached their goal, but then they weren't happy. So what's the point of that, right? It happens all the time. People finally make their first million or 2 million or 3 million and they, buy the country house and they get the big car and then they're depressed. Happens every day. It's usually because they haven't stopped to look at, well, what are the feelings that are driving me? And I like the language she puts it in, so I'm going to just read from her book. She says, so what if first, before setting all these big goals, we got clear on how we actually wanted to feel within ourselves. And then we designed our to-do lists, set our goals, and wrote out our bucket lists. So if you're wondering, well, how do I do that? Do I just sit around and say, okay, this is what I care about? Well, she has this awesome workbook. First, she writes a lot about, how she came up with this theory, and what a lot of her coaching clients say. It's really fun and easy to read. And then the whole back half is this workbook. So finding your core desired feelings. And she asks you a lot of great prompts. And this is such a cool exercise to do. It's why I do it every year. It changes a bit every year. Where she asks, okay, in your livelihood and lifestyle, meaning like career, money, work, home, style, how do you want to feel? And then how do you know you don't want to feel, right? She asks that too. How do you want to feel in your body? How do you want to feel about your creativity? How do you want to feel spiritually? How do you want to feel in your relationships? When do we ask these questions, right? Especially us entrepreneurs, we're so busy building our businesses that we rarely stop to ask, why am I doing all this, right? We're $1 million women. We want you to make more money. But if it's not going to make you happy, if you're not doing things that are bringing you joy and fulfilling your deepest core desired feelings, what is the point, right? Go do something else. So if you're looking for that next cool thing to try out during the quarantine, I highly recommend ordering this book, The Desire Map, and setting some time aside, maybe an hour a day for 5 days or something, reading it. It's a really fun read, and then going through and filling out these pages and figuring out what are your core desired feelings. And one of the benefits of doing this is that you'll then have a filter to put any new opportunity through. So like my friend Carrie, who Rabia knows too, is building an online course, right? And I don't know that she's figured out her core desired feelings, but she's a coach and she has very high emotional intelligence. And she knows that one of the things she loves is helping new managers in corporate America to learn how to level up their leadership skills. It just brings her so much joy. So when she put to the filter of like, do I want to create this online course through this filter of, is it going to bring me joy? She realized absolutely. And so now she's busy creating this course and, bringing her first people in to do a beta test. And a lot of women in our community are creating online learning, a bit like I have with Masterclass, because, well, one, everything's going virtual now, but two, people realize that if they build out something online, even when people are back at work, that could be another revenue stream in their business. So good for Carrie, and good for you if you are wondering, how can I build more cool products and services that will last beyond this coronavirus thing, which eventually will pass, and will make my business that much stronger. So check out the desire map, and I would love to hear how that goes for you. So let's see, Rabia said she tried something new. She started her Legit Leadership series with my first ever article. Yes! Fist bump. I remember we said, you're going to write that article and I'm going to write my article, and I'm so happy that we both did it. Can't wait to read it. Congratulations. Let's see, who else? Anybody else write about anything new that they did? Maddie's always doing cool new things. She did the candle making. She's making her own pasta. She and her friends do these like cool Italian cooking adventures. Maddie, did you try anything new this weekend? If you did, will you put it in the chat? And let's see, on Facebook, no, we don't have any questions there, so we're all good. But we are going to do some live coaching, so feel free to throw in the chat anything new you did this weekend. Maybe you'll inspire someone else to try something. What about you, B? Did you try anything new? There's a little delay, so I'm waiting for these things to come up. Do you like how I'm dressed for summer? It's been so warm in the park and so nice to roam around in a little dress, which I did this morning. I took my first coaching call in the park. Maddie said I tried making a very complicated Bloody Mary. And it worked. That's great. I love Bloody Marys. I guess, even if you mess it up, right, how bad can it be? That sounds like fun. Anybody else try anything new this weekend? And if you're looking for new things, check out the desire map. And if you think of something as we keep going, feel free to put it in the chat. So, okay, let's see who I'm going to go live with today. Maybe we can check in with B and see what's going on with Women Repair Zone. Hi, B. I'm going to eat a little piece of this banana bread while I'm waiting for B to come on, because it always takes a second. Oh, nope, she's not available. Okay. No, we're not going on with B. Let's see if Bianca wants to come on. She's been doing so much with her Body Positive Bootcamp online training. Yum. All right. B, you coming on? Awesome. Hi.
Hello.
I kind of feel like I should not be eating banana bread talking to a trainer.
No, you totally get it. Enjoy your banana bread. You're not working out right now.
That's right. I'm not, right? That's all good. I'm doing great. Nice to see you outside.
Yeah, I'm outside hanging out with my dog.
That's so awesome. Can I see your dog? Can you show me your dog?
She's upstairs on the patio.
Got it. So how's the business going? Or first, how was your Memorial Day weekend? Did you do anything interesting?
Oh, it was very relaxing. No, I didn't do anything interesting. I am doing something interesting this afternoon, though. I'm going sailing after work, which is very nice.
Oh, I love that. And you love sailing. You told me how much you love
do.
sailing. I'm so happy you're doing
It's
that.
my favorite hobby.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I'm going to go with a client. I'm going to take them out and enjoy the afternoon.
Oh, that's so nice. You deserve that. You've been working so hard.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, I want you to have the best time. So did you run any classes this weekend, Bianca?
Yes, I did personal training on Monday, and then yesterday I did some classes at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. I did them on Tuesday and Thursday, so I have them again tomorrow.
Got it. And how are some of the new initiatives going? I know you've been firing up a lot of things in your business.
Yeah, I've been, when it rains it pours, I've been taking a lot of advice from the other women in Masterclass from you, and I've basically rebranded my entire website. BodyPositiveBootcamp.com looks completely different.
Oh, I gotta go check it out. I know you have the new logo, which I really like.
Yeah, I took some of your advice, targeting a different clientele right now. I incentivized my email sign up, so it's like, instead of just saying join my newsletter, it's like now saying if you join my newsletter, get a $10 coupon off your first class.
Excellent. And has that worked? Have more people signed up since you did that?
Yes, and I've seen really significant growth. I can't believe I didn't have this earlier, Julia, but now I use Zapier, and every time someone does sign up for a class, it automatically adds them to my MailChimp mailing list.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's that automation we were talking about on our call. It just saves you so much time, right?
It saved me so much time, and it's giving me really valuable data,
Like what?
like email addresses, first of all. And then when I send out an email in MailChimp, it tells me who opens it, when they opened it, how many times they opened it.
That's so fantastic. So you just went into Zapier and made that a zap, that every time someone signs up for your newsletter, you get what? You get like an automatic email with that information, or how does it come to you?
So when someone signs up for a class, they get they'll get an email that says, "Thanks for signing up for my newsletter. Here's the code for
$10 off.
$10 off." Yeah, and then it automatically adds it to my Zapier, so I have that information in my database, and then obviously I can be emailing my newsletter to more people.
I love that. So how much time does that save you, Bianca?
Oh, I can't even, I don't even know, a lot of time. Because I was capturing that information, but it wasn't organized before, and now I'm able to look at it and analyze it as if I'm looking at my P&L.
I love that. Well, that's a lot of what we teach in masterclass, is helping you to figure out how you can get the right systems in place so that you can focus on kind of your genius work, right? Because you're the best salesperson in your organization, you're the strategy setter, you're the vision maker, right? So it's a terrible use of your time to be like manually doing that stuff. And in fact, I sent that email this morning to try to find out how you could connect the other thing you asked me about. What was it? It was, yeah, we're going to find out about that from Ari.
Cool.
That's great.
Yeah, and I have something else cool going on, if you're interested, if I can share.
Please, yes. It's always helpful for women to hear what other women are doing. What's that?
So tonight is Wednesday. Yes, today is Wednesday, and on Wednesday evenings I collaborate with a certified Zumba instructor. Zumba is that cardio dance class, and he is going to teach a Bopo Zumba tonight. And I'm so glad to have another instructor working under me for Bootcamp, because I'm going to be out sailing while he's teaching the class.
I love that. That's fantastic. That fits right under that headline of the business should work for you, not you for the business, right? That's what we want. We want you out sailing and the business is making money. Perfect. I love that. Good job.
It really inspired me, because I thought if I could get more trainers to do this, it just opens so many more doors.
Definitely. Well, and the truth is, your genius work is not necessarily teaching the classes. I'm sure you're really good, right? But the truth is, most trainers don't have the business savvy that you have, right? Or the drive or the motivation that you have, right? You've been on these CEO check-ins, you reached out for help, you joined our program, you're willing to invest in yourself. Those are the very people who succeed. So your genius work is to set up the infrastructure, right? Not necessarily to be the one, I mean, teach classes if you want to, or keep a couple, but you could have a whole empire going here, right? Where you're just the owner.
And I think that to relate back to the book that you mentioned, I want to feel freedom.
That's one of your core desired feelings.
Yes, exactly. I want to feel freedom, and being on the water definitely gives me that freedom, especially while the class is going on currently, and I know my customers are getting the exercise they want.
Well, I have to say, every time I take my kids to Europe every summer, and I'm still hopeful we're going to go this Europe, but when I get on the plane, I delete my email from my phone. And that's my favorite moment of the entire year, because I know I'm about to spend 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks in Paris and Rome and wherever I go with my kids, and my business is still up and running, making me money, right?
Love that.
That's the feeling I want for you guys. Like, everyone should have that feeling, right? That's the best. So I'm so glad you're getting a taste of it today. When you're out on that boat, I want you to really anchor that feeling in your body and say, I'm going to get more of this, and I deserve it, right? Because it's really, a lot of it is just about deciding, I deserve it. Once you decide I deserve it, it's that self-love, then just go put the pieces in place, right? Like, so many people have built successful businesses where they're not the ones showing up every day. And you are going to do that too, for sure.
Thank you.
So excited for you. Well, thank you for sharing all that. That was really inspiring, and it's always fun to have you come on. So are you enjoying Masterclass so far? How was it meeting the other women?
I am. I'm really enjoying Masterclass. In fact, V and I from Home Repair Zone, we have a call scheduled next week. We're going to talk about, well, V has something that she wants to talk to me about. I'm not sure yet, but I thought maybe, V, if you're on here, maybe we can be accountability buddies.
Oh, great idea. Yes, because every woman gets an accountability partner in Masterclass. That's a really good idea. And, I also love this partnership idea, not necessarily you and B, but you were talking about the Zumba instructor, and I know you and I talked about you pairing up with maybe like a clothing brand that's for body positive. And I love how you're reaching out to other entrepreneurs, because I think this is a time when it's a great moment to find other people serving your same target customer and think about ways you can collaborate, right? So you are modeling that, and you're also modeling delegating and getting out of the day-to-day and finding other people to work for you so the business can work for you, not you for the business.
Exactly. Yes,
Nicely done.
great.
I love it. All right, good. Well, thanks for coming on today. Have an awesome rest of the day and enjoy that time on the boat.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye, Bianca. Oh, that makes me so happy to imagine Bianca out on the water with her business, making her money, right? That's what we want for all of you. And, I remember when I was running Little Pim, my language teaching business, and I would show up to work every day, at 9 a.m. or sometimes earlier, and I would work till 6:30 and then run home and give the kids dinner and get back on the computer and be working until midnight and start the whole thing all over again the next day. And I was just exhausted. The company was making like 400 or 500,000 in revenues. But I didn't really love my life. Like, I didn't have time to enjoy my children. They were 3 and 6 then. I didn't even have time to really enjoy helping parents teach their kids a foreign language, which is what I set up Little Pim to do, because I was just on that entrepreneurial hamster wheel, just working. And some of you know what I'm talking about. And it wasn't until I got off that hamster wheel and said, okay, wait a minute, just press pause here. Like, this is not working. I am not happy. And what could I be doing differently? And I think the big question that kept me up at night was, what do other CEOs know that I don't know, right? Why is it that I'm on my computer until midnight every night and I see people posting on social media who are in Martha's Vineyard or in Puerto Rico, and I'm here like barely getting through every day? So, you can just complain about it, which a lot of us do. Hi, Marianne, thanks for joining. But at a certain point, if you kind of hit that rock bottom where you're like, I can't do this anymore, right? I hit that point where I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this for much longer. I'm just exhausted. I don't like my life. And that's often when we make a big change. Someone just signed up for my Mastermind Gold program this morning who was saying that she's lost a lot of revenue during this pandemic. A lot of her clients went away. And it's what made her reach out to be part of my program. Actually, I think technically I reached out to her. But we had a great conversation. And had she not just gone through this low point, she wouldn't have been open to learning the new skills that she needs to learn, which in her case are around sales, ramping up her marketing, and increasing her thought leadership, which is true for a lot of women running businesses making 200 to 500,000. Those are some of the key things that get you from having a $200,000 business to $1 million business, right? Is really getting good at sales, really dialing in your marketing, and ramping up your thought leadership. So the point is this, is that if you're having a hard time, or thank you, Marianne. She said she's been enjoying my videos. They're all, by the way, if you want to see more of these or get more mindset teachings, they're all on YouTube under Julia Pimsleur Coach. And you can also reach out to Maddie if you want to see some of our free webinars that we did during the quarantine about reorganizing your business, pivoting, etc. That's just Maddie@juliapim.com. But the point is that if you're going through a hard time right now, and I know some people are, please stop and ask yourself, what am I going to do with that feeling, right? When I had that feeling at my company, Little Pim, I used it to propel myself into something way outside of my comfort zone, which was joining a program for entrepreneurs, learning a whole new way of working, letting go of the whole I'm the good girl, get the A, do the extra work, right? I'd always been socialized to do all that. And that was not going to get me to $1 million in revenues. And it was not getting me to the life that I wanted. The life I have now, where I have time to spend with my children. I run a virtual business where the business really does work for me, not me for the business. I do the parts I love, and I delegate and outsource the rest. And I'm so blessed to have Nicole and Maddie on my team who are here with us today. So that's what I want for you. I want you to be out on a sailboat like Bianca, or like me on your way to Europe, or whatever it is, or spending time with my kids, and your business is making money. And if that to you right now feels really far away or like a pipe dream, then please get in touch with us and we'll set up a call and help you at least set that vision in motion. And then if you are the right fit for one of our programs, we have programs starting this month, and then we don't have any programs again until likely 2021. So if you're even half thinking about getting help and you're a woman entrepreneur, please reach out to us. Anyway, great to spend this time with you today on CEO Check-In. Oh, and thank you for the nice shout out, Bianca. I love having you in the program, and thanks for sharing what you're doing. Every time you guys come on and share things you're doing, it helps at least 10 other women make similar changes. So please know I get emails and comments all the time from women who've watched these CEO check-ins on YouTube or caught a little piece of it here on Instagram or on Facebook, and they may be doing something very different in their business because of something that you shared. So thank you for being a give back person like that. And I will share before we jump off my 3 core desired feelings, because I spent a lot of time working on them and they give me joy just to talk about them. So mine are joy, connection, and abundance. Those are the 3 things that drive me and get me excited and that I've built my entire business and life around. So joy includes family, love, seeing theater, being part of the art world. I'm a former filmmaker, so I love everything to do with visual arts and film. So that's the joy part. Cooking, all that, joy. Then in community and connection is so important to me. That's why I built the $1 Million Women community. I get huge thrills out of connecting women with each other and connecting people with each other generally. So that's the connection part. And then the abundance is I grew up with a scarcity mindset, which is something I wrote about in $1 Million Women. And I had to do a lot of work to change over to the abundance mindset. This is something that we also teach in $1 Million Women Masterclass. And there's some books I read that are helpful with that I share there. But the abundance mindset is so important to me, and feeling a sense of abundance every day. Sometimes I feel it just by running in the park and looking out at gorgeous Central Park and feeling so lucky to live here. Or looking out my window on the 27th floor over Manhattan. Or my abundance of friends, or the abundance of, I don't know, food, right? Being able to make banana bread with my son. There's so many places to find abundance, and it always lights me up. So those are my 3, joy, connection, and abundance. And if you want to find yours, just get the desire map and have some fun with it and come back and tell me what came up for you. Have an awesome day. It was great to be with you today on CEO Check-In, and I will see you back here Monday and Wednesday of next week. I'm not doing Fridays anymore, saving those for my masterclass Q&As. And if you want to know anything about what we talked about here, how you can grow your business, if you're looking for some help, just email maddie@juliapim.com, MADDY@juliapim.com. All right, have an awesome day. Enjoy the good weather if you have the good weather we have here in New York, and I will see you next week. Bye.